Okay, so as you all know, we've completed in your first chapter of business dynamics and entrepreneurship, we've completed till your last topic in the previous video, till the scope of management. So in today's video, we will be continuing with the importance of management in chapter 1, that is introduction to management. So what is importance of management? Under importance of management is basically what is the importance of management, okay, under various aspects. That is, you have importance to business and industry, you have society, you have nation, to consumer. Okay, we will be looking into what is the importance of management to various aspects. Okay, so the first point is importance to business and industry. Now, what is the importance of management to business and industry? See, the first point of management to business and industry, it is limiting itself to business and industry. The first one is to protect interest of shareholders and to give them the highest return. They have to protect the interest of shareholders and give them the highest return. Then the management is entrusted with the board of directors. The duty of the board of directors is to protect the interest of the shareholders. To protect the interest of the shareholders, give them highest returns, to achieve corporate objectives, policies and actions, to utilize the resources of the firm effectively, make sure all the resources are utilized effectively and there is no wastage of any resources, to produce standard and better quality products, to while you're producing standard and better quality products in order to satisfy the consumer, to charge customer fair and reasonable prices, making sure the prices are set in a way wherein the products are affordable by all groups of the people, that is high, low, middle income group, all groups of the people. Then to provide customer satisfaction and retain the customer. When you're producing a particular product, you have to give them customer satisfaction so that the customer keeps on coming back and buying your product, and also provide for and also retain your customer by giving customer satisfaction. To avoid profiting, hoarding, black marketing and other anti-social activities, to not pursue any activities which are against the society or against the motive of the betterment of the society. To practice and follow healthy inter-business, to avoid unhealthy trade practices like wrong propaganda, price cutting, cutthroat competition, all of these must be avoided. So these are the importance of the business and of management to the business and industry. The last point is to encourage consumer grievance cell. Okay, you must always give consumer the utmost importance. You should also find out if the consumer has any complaints, how you can rectify those issues, and how you can provide for customer satisfaction. Okay, next is importance to the society. Under your importance to the society, the first point of management is to play a role in the welfare of the society. How will the management play a role in the welfare of the society? You can create employment opportunities for the people. You can give good salaries, wages, protect the employee. Then you can encourage employees of different caste. You can provide for a good congenial environment wherein everyone are treated equally. So play a role in welfare of the society through various social welfare measures. Example, Infosys Limited providing Nirmala toilets for the Bangalore city. Okay, this is one such example. To provide welfare for the city, example is Tisco. To serve the people who are affected in terms of war. To provide for financial help to the poor. To provide employment opportunities, to conserve natural resources, to ensure hygienic disposal of smoke and wastage, to prevent industrial pollution, to participate and play its role along with the government in fulfilling responsibilities to the society. So this is the importance of management to the society. They should take care of the society. They should also make sure that they are contributing their best towards the betterment and welfare of a particular society. Now next is importance to the nation. Importance to the nation at large, okay, at a large part. Importance to the nation, to obey the rules of the center, state and local bodies. Okay, you should obey the rules and regulation of the center, state and the local bodies. To pay the fines, duties and taxes. Every time the fines, duties, taxes, everything should be paid accordingly and at a particular time which is appointed. To conduct business in accordance with the government rules, policies and practices. To help government in overall economic planning and administration. To help government and officials in administration. Okay, the management should also be able, as a business, should be able to contribute towards the nation at large. They should be able to create employment opportunities, enhance the standard of living, support the government, pay your taxes on time, contribute towards the growth and development of the country. So these are the certain duties and importance to the nation. competition. Next is importance to the consumer. To ensure the products are of right quality, make sure you are providing good quality products at a reasonable prices. You're providing for after sales services. Avoid unfair trade practices. Set good quality of products, encourage information of association for consumer satisfaction. Always take into consideration your consumer grievances and address those particular grievances. Okay, so this were the few importance of management. That is, first one is important to business and industry, importance to society, importance to nation, and importance to consumer. These were the 4 importance to different aspects. So moving on to your next topic, you have role of managers. Now, what is the role of manager? Manager, as you all know, is one of the most important part of an organization and management, right? He is someone who is entrusted with a complete management, and you have various subordinates working under him. So under the role of managers, you will see there are 11 roles of which the manager needs to perform. Okay, the first one is achievement of group goals. Now, what is achievement of group goals? As you all know, in a particular management, you will have firstly known as a manager. Under him, you will have a group of people who will be working under him. So these particular people will have to work towards achieving a particular common goal. Okay, you need to take into consideration your predetermined goals. Okay, individuals will also have goals, but you need to align your individual goals along with your business goals. Okay, the employees must be motivated in a way that they are able to achieve the goals, and the manager should continuously monitor and organize the work and keep directing them from step by step. You should have proper planning, controlling, directing, staffing, and in order to achieve a particular goal. Okay, next one is optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization, manager should also ensure that the resources are utilized in a very effective manner, and the resources are not idle, and the resources should not be wasted. Okay, how much ever resource is needed, that much resource should be utilized. Other resources should be set aside for future purposes. Wastage should be avoided and eliminated. Okay, next one is minimization of cost. Now, minimization of cost, the manager should ensure that you are in that there is only very less cost which is involved in terms of production, manufacturing, and distribution, in order to set the prices accordingly, so that the products of goods and services are affordable by all class of the people. Because if the cost is exceeded, then the prices will be set high, and no consumer will be able to purchase a particular product for such a high price. So it is very important that you minimize the cost in order to maximize your output and your profit. Okay, to get your maximum output and to get your maximum profit. Next is establishes sound organization. Now, what is sound organization is basically you should create a very congenial environment in the organization. All the employees should have cooperation and coordination. Every employee must be treated effectively. You should have good relationships in a particular organization. Unfair practices should be avoided. Everyone should be given equal importance, and rules and regulations should be explained clearly. When a particular goal has to be achieved, all the direction should be given accordingly. Okay, stepwise all the rules and regulations must be explained, and how you need to achieve the objective should also be explained, so that the employees are able to understand how they need to work, so that this avoids any sort of chaos and also any sort of misunderstandings. Okay, to have a sound organization. Next is to establish equilibrium. Equilibrium is basically, as we all know, there is continuous changes in the environment. There is external environment and internal environment. There are various factors that keep affecting the working of the organization. So you should establish an equilibrium. Okay, you should keep in touch with the changing environment. Now, when you're keeping in touch with the changing environment, you will be able to adapt yourself to, and you'll be able to make yourself flexible to adapt yourself to the changing environment and the changing market needs. It is the most responsible thing for growth and survival of the organization. Okay, when you have a particular equilibrium in your organization, when you're able to adapt yourself to the changes, you will be able to achieve your objectives effectively, and also you will be able to survive and sustain very effectively in the particular market. Okay. Next, you have survival and growth. Survival and growth is basically as and when the dynamics of the environment keep changing, when the factors are affecting, you need to be very flexible. You need to have your own strategies. You need to ensure that you are able to survive in the particular market environment. Okay, you need to survive, and you need to have your growth as well. Next is generation of employment. It is very important for an organization to create employment opportunities so that each and every person are getting an opportunity to get employed in the firm and to make a standard of living. Development of the nation. Every business, it is very important for every business to contribute certain amount of earnings to the nation for the development of nation by creating employment opportunities, contributing towards the growth, contributing towards the GDP, okay, national income, paying your taxes effectively. So you, in this way, you will be contributing to the development of the nation. Next is interpersonal roles. Now, what is this interpersonal roles? The ones, like that name suggests, involve people and other ceremonial duties. Leader responsible for staffing. Okay, as we have all known that you have different departments in an organization, that is finance, accounts, human resource, all of these departments. Now, under these departments, when you are employing or recruiting a particular person, you will have to provide them with training and development. So, in order to provide with training and development, you need to have different people who will be appointed and who will be in charge with these particular thing. Now, a manager should always act as a license. Now, who is a license? License is someone who maintains communication between all contacts. Okay, license is someone who maintains a relation between the low level management and the top management, okay, who will establish communication. So it is very important for the manager to be a license, that is, he is communicating between the top management and the low management, okay, he is establishing communication. Next is informational roles. Informational roles is basically a manager will not only continuously monitor and do everything, but the manager will communicate all of the information that the top management has given to the low level management. All the policies, all the rules and regulations that are formed by the top management will be communicated to the low level management and the middle level management by the manager. He will perform necessary information roles. He will provide the information as stated by the board of directors or the top management. Okay, next one is decisional roles. Decisional roles is basically the manager can take decisions based with the help of top management and also taking into consideration the opinions of middle level management as well as the low level management. He has a power to take a decision role as well. So as we all saw, in the roles of manager, you have 11 roles that we will be performing. That is achievement of group goals,